habitat of central India does really constitute very good landscapes for the tiger's perpetual survival in this continent. That's one thing. And second thing, important thing is that increasing biotic pressures is adding to the woes of existence of tiger and survival of tiger. Earlier, the population density here 20 years back was only 141 people per square kilometer. Now it has increased to more than 190 per square kilometer. Even with that increased population numbers, population density in comparison to national average is still low. That's one thing. That is one advantage for the long-term survival of tiger in this area. But the reducing numbers is in directly proportion to the biotic pressures. One, two, increased poaching activities because of mafia, international mafia getting into it because of easy money. A tiger fetches almost 5 lakhs for a mafia person who is successful in transporting it to China or Hong Kong or some other western countries, whereas a local poacher gets almost 20 to 30,000 per tiger, which is very high. It's very high profit, low risk income. And another important thing is that Pardi communities whose technical know-how with respect to wildlife craft is very excellent, and these mafia people are using it to their benefit, at the same time reducing the number of tigers. This is very important thing. So weaning away these populations, Pardi populations, from this particular trade is one of the important action points that need to be immediately taken up. With respect to the habitat reduction in the habitat destruction, really very many things need to go into, because a strong political will is required in this aspect. Future of the tiger is here only. That's one thing. But with the increasing biotic pressure, it has really come down. I can say with the reorganization of Madhya Pradesh, now we have something around 90,000 square kilometers of forest, of which almost 50% of forests are in degraded position. So good forests still exist in Project Tiger areas and some other territorial divisions also, basically in the eastern part of the Madhya Pradesh. So still we have some hopes in those portions where we should think about long-term survival of this species, which is the key indicator which indicates the good health of the forest. You see, while I was speaking, tiger as a good indicator of the good forest, one should remember that tiger is an individual living in a home where home of the tiger is the forest. So there is a direct proportion, positive relationship between both. If you have a tiger, you can very assuredly say the habitat is excellent in that area. Span your eyes from western region of Madhya Pradesh to eastern region of Madhya Pradesh, you will find it. Once just 30 years back, we have very good tiger populations in the western region of Madhya Pradesh also. Now, tiger has disappeared from that place in the first place, and second thing, forests have degraded because of the increasing biotic pressure. Now we have only barren rocks, which is parent rock, which stands all along the Narmada course, both sides of the Narmada course. Basically now the water table has gone down drastically in those areas, even up to 1200 to 1500 meters. So the life is miserable in those areas. People migrate from those areas in search of their livelihoods to distant parts of this country. In comparison to the same thing, eastern Madhya Pradesh still holds good forests where the water table is very high, almost 5 to 10 feet in many places, and still the forestry communities does get a lot of livelihoods. One particular study in Umaria district says a tribal family gets almost 14,000 a year as an additional income apart from their other traditional mainstay. So the important aspect is that there is a easy money in the tiger trade, for that matter big cat trade, and Madhya Pradesh does have lot of tigers even today, and at the same time it should take up the responsibility of protecting this heritage, which is not a national heritage, which is an international heritage. So one important community whose skills are being used for decimation of this charming representative of this habitat is that Pardi community. International mafia are using the technical know-how and state of art of wildlife technology from these Pardi communities for decimation of this tiger. So unless the Pardi communities are weaned away from this profession, future of tiger again still is bleak. So over a last decade or so, I can say every year we have lost something around 500 tigers from the entire country.
Yeah.
Almost 20 years back, here population density in this central Indian region was almost 140 people per square kilometer. Now which has gone up to almost 190 persons per square kilometer. So there is an increased human population. At the same time, we have increased cattle population also. So in Madhya Pradesh there is a privilege that is offered to the tribal population, especially to all the people in and around the forest, which is called as Nistar. In Nistar, free grazing facility is available for the village population, wherein their cattle grow and graze freely from the forest and come out. But at the same time, this cattle population is highly unproductive, which is adding to the woes of regenerating the forest. This is one thing. Second thing is fuel wood collection. Again, it is free. Earlier it was only allowed for personal uses, but with increased pressures onto the political groups, now they have converted this thing, even they allow it for commercial purposes also. So many of the villagers use this collection of fuel wood as a part of their livelihood. So again, which is adding to the degradation of forest with respect to the quality of forest. So regeneration of the forest is highly getting affected. So many forests we have only old age forest which doesn't have any regeneration. Yes, another important aspect is that increased trade in minor forest produce. Yes, certainly minor forest produce should benefit of the minor forest produce should go to the local population, but at the same time earlier there was a relationship between the local population and the existing forest. I feel as a forester over last 20 years that relationship is being withdrawn especially from the human population. Now to get a bale fruit, they cut the tree. To collect amla, again they cut a tree, which is not required. So first allow the fruits MFP that is available there to get an ripening period, and then get out something out of it, leave something for further regeneration. So the important thing is that the existence of livelihoods of tribals, tiger and forest are all interdependent. Unless somebody really realizes these aspects, I can't say Madhya Pradesh will turn into another desert of Rajasthan. And I can visualize the trends as on today as to take the route in the same direction. In another 50 years we will have Rajasthan here.